On October 17, 2025, the world was stunned. Beijing accepts Taipei's proposal. Crowds in Taipei watched in disbelief. In Beijing, officials maintained composure, but the sense of history was unmistakable. For decades, the Taiwan Strait was a global flashpoint where a single misstep could spark war. The US pledged to defend Taiwan, while China insisted on reunification, by force if needed. Suddenly, a joint press conference showed leaders from both sides, not as adversaries, but as partners. They spoke of mutual respect, shared prosperity, and a commitment to move beyond the past. This moment could reshape Asia's balance of power and redefine US-China relations. The world now watches, holding its breath, as these two sides attempt to build a shared future. To grasp the magnitude of this moment, we need to look back. In 1949, after a brutal civil war, the nationalists fled to Taiwan, while the communists took control of mainland China. For decades, both claimed to be the legitimate government of all China. The US and its allies backed Taiwan, but by the 1970s, global recognition shifted to Beijing. Taiwan evolved into a vibrant democracy and tech powerhouse, forging a unique identity. Meanwhile, China's economic rise turned it into a global superpower, but reunification with Taiwan remained a core goal. This set up a fundamental conflict, a democratic island versus an authoritarian giant. Decades of tension and threats followed, shaping global politics. This long, fraught history is the backdrop for today's breakthrough. The breakthrough came with Taiwan's shared sky proposal, a bold new approach. Unlike previous offers, it doesn't demand formal independence or one country, two systems. Instead, it creates a commonwealth, both sides under one framework, but with separate governments and guaranteed autonomy for Taiwan. Taiwan keeps its democracy, military, and laws. Beijing can't change them. For China, the proposal acknowledges one China, allowing peaceful reunification. International pressure and economic concerns pushed Beijing to accept. The deal includes strong international guarantees, with oversight from the US, Japan, and others. Taiwan gains security and access to regional trade, while China avoids war and sanctions. The shared sky proposal isn't surrender. It's a strategic move toward lasting peace. Both sides are changing the rules, moving from confrontation to cooperation. The world's response was immediate and intense. The US called it a historic step, relieved to avoid a catastrophic conflict. Japan welcomed reduced tensions, but remains cautious, watching for shifts in regional security. The EU praised the courage of both sides, hoping for stability and stronger trade. Southeast Asian nations see a possible blueprint for resolving their own disputes. Critics warn the deal could be a trap, fearing China might erode Taiwan's autonomy over time. The agreement also shifts military dynamics. China can now focus elsewhere, altering strategies for India, Vietnam, and the Philippines. The world is hopeful, but wary. The future depends on trust and vigilance. The stakes for Asia and the world have never been higher. This agreement is just the beginning of a long, uncertain journey. Building trust after decades of suspicion will be the hardest task. Taiwan fears losing its freedoms. China must prove its promises are real. Economic integration offers huge opportunities, but also risks of dependency. Military reductions lower the risk of conflict, but both sides must remain transparent and vigilant. The International Oversight Council will be crucial in keeping both parties accountable. Ultimately, peace depends on leaders' courage and people's willingness to see each other as partners, not enemies. For the first time in generations, there's real hope for lasting peace in the Taiwan Strait.